Earlier today, we spoke on Sameti, the idea of Sanskrit, entering to the landscape of Sanskrit. And today, this afternoon, we're considering a few more points, number 3 and number 4. So I'm reading from my list. Hence, in a time like this, such as COVID-19, finding yourself in a simple place such as a retreat, a lockdown, or a wooded resort of sorts, and you wishing to elevate yourself to higher consciousness, may consider a meditation on even a few syllables of Sanskrit sounds, a few words. So what we are indicating here is the power of Sanskrit. It has the ability to bring forth an actual picture of the thing spoken of. There's the idea in Sanskrit, it is a very high level. It's called the level of pashanti. Pashanti means where the word you are saying is non-different from the thing seen. So I wanted to say a few words, like for instance, we're sitting here next to a painting of mine of the Buddha. I called it Be a Buddha. Buddha, of course, means an awakened one. So I painted this. You can say the style is basically Oriental Sumier, and it's an ink painting with color. We call it ink painting with color, and it shows the Buddha in the most serene form. And it also has all the lines which are equally serene. There's actually nothing in this painting that is agitating. There might be something that we are, we can say, puzzled about. Like for instance here, there's a bit of the paint that is soaked into the paper with a certain amount of water and adding a very interesting effect. But the painting on the whole, the colors, everything is very mellifluous. So the sound of Sanskrit is actually like that. It can provoke a word which at the same time coincides with the image. This is, of course, meditation, where the object and the subject collapse into one. So just a short note. And the next note, indeed, such an endeavor, such as considering the study of some Sanskrit sutras, Sanskrit mantras, such an endeavor will go a long way toward the noble goal of converting COVID-19 into Govinda 108, the latter indicating one who gives pleasure to the senses, well beyond the 100% mark of the mathematically mundane, what did I say, pundit. So, what do I mean here? What we mean here is that the very fact of our concentration, especially on sound, it can lift us up to the highest level of, you can say, the elements. We've spoke before, the elements, the grossest element starts with the earth, Prithvi, and it goes through the different levels of coagulation, diminishing as we go up, and ends up in the sky, in the ether which is actually empty. So out of that ether comes sound. So once we enter into that space, that space is absolutely pure and free from inebriation, then the pure sound, if we have the correct consciousness, can elevate us to enlightenment. And this is, of course, the whole purpose of hearing, especially hearing from an enlightened master. So I want to leave it at that today. This is a very short discourse, but kindly meditate on this. Take a look at this Buddha. Take a look at yourself vis-a-vis the Buddha. How much awake are we, or how much asleep are we? So we ask ourselves that. And fortunately, we can all wake up if we have the desire. As your desire is, so is your will. As your will is, so are your actions. And as your actions are, so is your future. May we all meditate on Paravak.